Hello to all of you, and I hope you're doing well. I'm making this video because we have to talk about the state of liberty in this country and the bandwagon type behavior that's happening, and I'm very concerned about it. Now, as you know, we're going through this crisis with this virus, and measures are in place. A lot of them, obviously, are beneficial. A lot of them are needed. But there are some examples of the government just going too far. And I'm only going to cite the examples of the government, places where the government is going too far. You know, there are certain places in this country where people are being pulled over. They're just driving and they're being pulled over for no reason. All right, police is asking what they're doing, which is against the Constitution. You can't, you can't do that. All right, you just can't do that. But the main thing that it has to do with here is the environment and the access to parks. And in New Jersey, as you know, I've been talking about this almost every night. Phil Murphy issued an executive order closing all the parks in New Jersey. And he has this executive order. He basically thinks he can just tell people that they can't go hiking in the parks when there is absolutely no proof that people going and hiking in a park is going to put them at risk for transmission or catching this virus. The virus spreads in enclosed spaces with other people, all right? And that's why we have the 6-foot rule in effect, all right? Because generally, if you're 6 feet or more, that virus can't be transmitted, especially if you're outside. Now, if you're inside, it's a little bit of a different story, which is why we have to make sure we limit the amount of people in places right now, which is totally understandable. But outside, there is no risk to catching this virus or transmitting it. The CDC doesn't say it. Nobody says it. All right? Unless you're in a deep, like a concert or something. If you're just walking through a park, hiking, there's very little chance, there's almost no chance you're going to catch the virus or spread it. All right, there are a lot more other things that you have to worry about when you go hiking that aren't talked about. That we're going to go over in this video. We're going to go over some things that are happening in New Jersey, and I'm glad that people in New Jersey have decided that they will be going hiking anyway. There are many reports of people going in the parks and hiking anyway. Even the park rangers say they're not going to kick people out. Many of them are not supportive of the governor's executive order. They became park. You'll see in these articles, a lot of the barricades that the park police have put up are being removed by the people. We are tearing down the wall. Phil Murphy doesn't want to tear down the wall. We will tear down the wall. And in the famous words of former United States President Ronald Reagan, he said, "We will tear down this wall." And that is exactly what the people of New Jersey are doing. If Phil Murphy, if you don't want to tear down the wall, barricading the parks, then the people will do it for you. So without further ado, I want to show you some of the news from New Jersey as to what's happening in the parks. Okay, so I'm going to play this video here. This is what's going on in New Jersey because people are doing exactly as I expected that they would, and that would mean that they are going to the parks anyway. So you can see here, state park barricades are being destroyed. And today, basically they toured the state parks to inspect closures and entry points. A park ranger with eyes on New Jersey says he's living vicariously through these people, ripping the gates down. There are no social distancing issues here. The people care about their own well-being. I love working in parks because it's for the people. Now I'm working in parks to uphold martial law. So even a lot of the troopers now are in New Jersey are now starting to, or park rangers, let's say, are now getting fed up with this unauthorized order from Phil Murphy. So we're going to watch this video here a little bit, show you the gates that have been taken down.
Eyes on New Jersey News.
So
Hey, good afternoon, John Edmonds from Eyes New Jersey News. Today we're reporting just outside the Alamucci State Park, which, as you can see behind me, has been closed to the public until further notice. On April 7th, the Governor Murphy ordered the closure of all state parks, county parks, and forests to be closed. Multiple forest entrances were met with barricades, yellow police tape, no trespassing signs, and cones. Now, some barricades were even visibly destroyed. Whether this was the acts of man-made mischief or the strong winds of Mother Nature herself, it is clear that some walls are too weak against greater forces. Now, state park barricades weren't the only victim of this week's strong winds. The commodes of Turkey Brook Park also fell victim to the sweeping forces. In an article published by Parsippany Focus, Assemblyman Jay Weber opposed Murphy's order to close the parks. Now, Weber states, "Your decision to close our state parks and county parks is wrong for the public health and our state's residents." Now, off camera, a park ranger tells Eyes on New Jersey News that there are no social distancing issues here. The people care about their own well-being. Now, he also shared his love for working in the parks because it's for the people. Lastly, he told us, "Now I'm working in the parks to uphold martial law. I cheer every time I see a gate torn down, but I have to put it back up."
So there you go. I'm not going to play the whole video, but Eyes on New Jersey, you'll definitely want to check them out. I'll put the link below because the mainstream media isn't talking about these things. And here's another video from Eyes on New Jersey.
John Edmonds from Eyes New Jersey News here. I'm here in North Jersey.
And you can see that there is
Park
caution tape here.
Park, but the police line has broken free.
It has broken free, and now they put this tape here, and look at what's happening.
Some people are slowing down, other people just keep on going.
So this is another example of they're putting this caution tape up now. This is going to wind up in the environment and cause pollution. Here is another example of what I'm talking about here. This is another barricade that was looks like it was torn down, and this is from Metro Trails. Again, I'll put the links to all these sites below. And on only the first day, this was a couple of days ago. On the first day of the park closure, it's already a failure. Several fences that had just been reinstalled had to be put back up after being knocked down. And now there are ATVs entering the parks. That's right. All the people that are like damaging the parks and people that are up to no good, they feel like they can get away with it even more now because people aren't there. So the WMA lots, apparently WMAs are open. Several municipal parks have been forced to close because they can't handle the influx of people. People are parked in every single pull-off everywhere near those spots and are using the parks. There are not enough officers to patrol widely enough to manage a full shutdown. So you see what's going on here. People are angry, and it's only been a day, and it's only going to get worse. People are, I'm not the only one. People are angry about this, and we will not stand for it. So there you go. Remember when I said it's unenforceable? I told you it's unenforceable. They can't keep people out of the woods. There's just no way to do it. All this is doing is just causing more panic and causing more crowding in the places that are still open. So now let's get to News 12. Now, this is a story from News 12 here. News 12 definitely is pushing an authoritarian agenda. It's a hard word for me to say, but you'll see the way they worded this story. It says, social distancing remains key as possible COVID-19 peak nears. However, you will see what's going to happen. They are criticizing people using the parks. And honestly, except for the scenes in the supermarkets, I didn't see anything that violated any of the social distancing guidelines in this video. But News 12 supports these kind of measures because they support a certain demographic, and that certain demographic wants to take away our freedom. So let's play this video, and again, this is all fair use, so I have to play it to show you what I'm talking about.
And yet, parking lots are packed, supermarkets are jammed, and open spaces are crowded. Here at Cold Spring Harbor Park, there are some concerns about social distancing. Normally, this parking lot is empty, but today it's packed, and all those people are hiking on the trail. Now,
all right, hold it right there. You know, this is what I mean. All those people are hiking on the trail. How many people are I see one person hiking on the trail. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? This is exactly what I mean with News 12. They're trying to get our parks closed. You know, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This is what we're up against here, folks. This is what I call fake news. She says the trails are crowded.
But today it's packed, and all...
She says it's packed. It doesn't look packed to me. Let's play this again. Does that look packed to you? Does that look packed to you? Tell me. Does that look packed to you?
At Cold Spring Harbor Park, there are some concerns about social distancing. Normally, this parking lot is empty, but today it's packed, and all those people are hiking on the trail.
Oh my God, people are hiking on the trail. You know, well, maybe Diane Campbell, maybe you should go live in New Jersey and just go live there, and you can deal with Phil Murphy telling you and controlling everything you do. How about that? So this is what we get with the media, folks, and they have to be called out. And looking at the story here, you will see Nassau County Executive Laura Curran says they've received hundreds of calls from residents reporting people are getting too close to each other. We're getting a lot of complaints about parks and people being out. Again, here we go again. So, and yes, there's a lot of tattling now going on. This is what's happening. We're seeing the society just completely lose control over this. So, I think this is all very ridiculous. All right, and I mean, how does the disease spread outside? Tell me how it spreads outside. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous, and I've had people come on saying, "Oh, you shouldn't go out. You shouldn't." Let me tell you something. All right, being in an enclosed space inside for days on end is very bad for one's health. People need fresh air. People need sunshine. It helps support their immune system, and exercise is also essential to supporting the immune system. So, look, no one has the right to tell you to stay home. Stay away from other people. That I totally support. But no one has the right to tell you to stay home. All right? Stay out of parks. Don't hike. They don't have the right to tell you that. All right? And then you have the media feeding this fake news to people. And then you have people who are tattling on other people. This hasn't happened on, I guess it is happening on Long Island too, where people will see people hiking. Oh, there's two people hiking. Maybe it's a family they're hiking together. Let's get the police involved because they're not social distancing, they're a family. I mean, when does it end? When does it end? All right, I understand the need for physical distancing. All right, I stay away from other people. I've done this my whole life to stay away from other people. Even before this, I don't like when people come within 6 feet of me because I don't know what kind of germs they have. I remember one time, a year or two ago, I was on the train and some guy stood right by me and he was coughing. And I said, "Could you please move away from me?" I said that because I didn't want to catch his germs. You know, it's just common sense. You know, but to close the parks and tell people hiking on trails prohibited, closure will be enforced by state park police, when it's not being enforced because even the police themselves know how ridiculous this is. All right? Even they know how ridiculous it is. All right? And people are so willing to just hand over all their rights to believe anything. I mean, literally, I had to make a comment to someone here who basically was trying to school me on this and trying to say how hiking spreads a virus around. I'm going to tell you what dangers you face hiking. It's not from this virus. It's actually from a lot of other things that can make you sick in the woods. And that's what I'm going to be explaining to you next. And this is right off the CDC's website. All right, this is what you do have to worry about when you go hiking. All right? Ticks. All right? Here's the black-legged tick, also known as the deer tick. It causes Lyme disease. All right, these are all the things it transmits. Relapsing fevers, greatest risk exists. All life stages bite humans, but nymphs and adult females are most commonly found on people. Then there's this guy, the Lone Star tick, all right? Widely distributed here in the United States, more common in the South, but it's made its way north due to climate change, all right? It can cause a human ehrlichiosis, heartland virus, bourbon virus, and southern tick-borne rash illness. And some of these are really bad diseases, all right? The American dog tick, these don't really spread too much disease. There's the brown dog tick. There's some other types of ticks here. But these are the ticks that you commonly have to watch out for here. And ticks spread a lot of disease. So this is something you got to be concerned about, because this Lone Star tick can cause you to have allergic reactions, and actually it causes meat allergies. All right, so that means you can't even eat meat, you can't drink dairy, and it could be. I've heard people, if they get this, they could have to deal with it for life. These are the things to really be worried about. But the media is more concerned with you trying to control you and trying to feed you lies, trying to feed you panic, about catching a virus that spreads in enclosed spaces in the outdoors, when there is no proof that the coronavirus, COVID-19, spreads in the outdoors. There is absolutely no proof that happens. But there is plenty of proof of people getting sick from ticks. So that's been my piece on this whole thing. And those will ask, why are you talking about this? This is in New Jersey. It's not happening here yet. Not happening here yet. It could happen here. It could, because the media and a certain demographic of people, or a certain, I don't know, the very powerful, want to take away our freedoms. All right, they want to use this virus to take away freedoms that have nothing to do with transmitting this virus, such as hiking, such as going on a trail. It gets out of control. Such as driving in your car after a so-called unconstitutional curfew. When you're driving your car, you're not even coming into contact with other people, and people are just so willing just to hand over their rights that, speaking of people dying, millions have died for this country. Millions have fought wars and fought for our rights in this country. And for those of you who are so willing to give your freedom away, to give your rights away, you don't even deserve to be in this country. All right? You don't even deserve to be here. All right? That's the way I feel. All right? It's my freedom of speech. I'm going to say it. All right? I'm going to say it. All right? We can take common sense measures, such as the measures that are everything that's being done in New York is correct. I think we're doing everything properly in New York. But there are other states, unfortunately, that are abusing this pandemic to take away people's rights. New Jersey's one of them. Washington's another. California is another. Let's not be like those states. All right? Let's not be like those states. All right? And it's unfortunate that the president isn't intervening in any way, because the president himself, unfortunately, is a liar and pretty much doesn't live up to anything he said when he was running for office. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to talk about him. All right? What I'm talking about here is our duty as Americans to protect our rights. All right? Our rights are under attack right now. All right? And they were under attack after 9/11. This is even much worse than that. All right? And there are certain things, when it comes to hiking in parks, when it comes to driving by yourself down the road, the key here is to avoid coming into contact with other people. As long as you're avoiding contact with other people, whether you're in home or on the outside, who cares? All right? And all I could say, and even on the trains, they put these signs up, or if you're not an essential worker, go home. Well, what about people who have to take the trains to get food? What are people? It's. What can I tell you? Let's stop the paranoia right here. Let's stop tattling on people. The only people that should be being tattled on are those who are so willing to give up their rights in the name of an illusion of safety. All right. So that's been my piece on this. It's my constitutional right to say that, I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be healthy. I want everybody to do what they can to stop the spread of this illness. But staying home and being afraid to go for a hike because you're worried about catching the virus is absolutely ridiculous. All right? As long as you don't come into contact with people, you will not get the virus. All right? And you go on the outside, people are making a big deal about people hiking. What about, overcrowded supermarkets? But she spent most of the time talking about the trails being crowded, which they weren't. That supermarket was, but the trails weren't. And the supermarkets, I don't know when that video was taken, because all the supermarkets now are limiting the amount of people that are inside the supermarkets. I have a feeling that video of a crowded supermarket was taken a long time ago. You got fake news from News 12 trying to give you an agenda. I have not watched News 12 at all for the almost past month now. It's completely off. I don't watch the TV news at all because they're always pushing this agenda, and it's getting ridiculous now. It really is. Yes, the president had something when he called them fake news. He was right about that. They are fake news. Most of the media is fake news. That's the sad truth of the matter. It's not like the media it was years ago. But anyway, as I said, if you live in New Jersey, go on your hikes anyway. Don't let anyone stop you from going on your hikes. The only thing that you have to keep in mind when you go out, stay away from other people. Stay at least 6 feet away from other people when you eat. When you eat, make sure you wash your hands and use sanitizer, all right? Don't touch your face. And if you have to go into a place in an enclosed space with a lot of other people like a supermarket, please wear a mask, all right? Those are the measures you can take. But staying in your house for fear of going outside is just paranoia. That's all it is paranoia. All right, so that's been my piece on this, and I hope you understand. And of course, for the health workers out there, those are the real heroes. They're the ones putting their lives on the line, and they need all the help they can get, and prayers too. A lot of them are getting sick from the virus because they're exposed to it so much, and they need. I mean, people are. I've seen some people wearing N95 masks. Those are for the hospital workers, all right? If you have an N95 mask, please donate to a hospital because they need it badly, all right? Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Take care, and God bless America.